Hello, Nathan and Montana here. This time we're going to give you some hints on how to get your dogs to relax. If you want them to, you may have noticed in some of the videos so far, the dogs in the background, my two, Montana and Penelope, and the foster dogs, pretty much when I'm doing stuff or talking, a lot of them will fall asleep, if I'm moving around or walk, just open their eyes, keep their heads down and stay still. Pretty similar to Annabelle. Good girl, Annabelle. Very good. Good girl. The way that I achieve this is by rewarding it when they're doing it. Now, what that means is, if they're laying down, relaxing, not doing anything, I make an effort. I look at them, I say their name, I say, good boy, good girl, good lay down, good relax, and then look away and that's it. Very short, brief, good job. And that's sort of the end of the story. Then continue watching TV or doing stuff, cooking, moving, whatever I may be. If you reward the behaviours you want more often, i.e. relaxing, laying down, not jumping when they're coming in, and do that, they'll do that more often. And the ignoring and waiting for the dogs to make their own decisions through the amateur bonding really does work. If you haven't looked at it, please look that up. The next thing to do, like if they're relaxed and laying down and we go, good girl, very good, and make a massive good girl, and make a massive deal about it, you're putting too much energy, too much excitement into the situation. If you want them to be more calm and chilled out dogs, you've got to be calm and chilled out. Now, I'm not saying you don't have times and you can't have times when they wrestle and they play and they're silly, and I did say dogs don't like hugs. A friend of mine just picked up, then they said that they're going to have to stop hugging their dog. Well, yes, stop going over to your dog and hugging it. They don't like that. They don't like being held or confined in, against anything. A dog's biggest fear is being left alone, or trapped in a corner or in space feeling unsafe, and a horse's biggest fear is to be trapped, so to put pressure on a horse, you lift your chest, raise your arms up. To put pressure on a dog, you sort of put them out somewhere else. You put them, isolate them from the pack. You give them the knowledge that by doing that, you're not going to get to be a part of our family anymore. And if one growls at another one, don't worry about yelling at them. Remove that dog from the situation. Don't take them away forever. Get them to lay down, chill out somewhere else near there. When they're laying down, chilling out, relaxing, reward that behaviour. You're rewarding the calm, relaxed behaviour. Then I'll talk about getting those two dogs to interact together in the correct way. But don't, if the dogs have a fight, put one outside the back and that's it for the rest of their lives or for weeks and things like that. If you want dogs that are calm and chilled out, not running around the house picking up toys and everything, this is sort of a very easy, effective way to do it. Now, the exclusion to this rule is puppies. Puppies are going to be puppies. If you've got new family members, if there's building outside, if there's stuff going on around the household, you're breaking up with your partner, new baby, things like this, they're not going to chill out. They understand this sort of things goes on as well. Now, I'll talk about how to resolve those issues later. We're just sort of getting the chilled out bit and reward. The example that I give to clients and friends of mine with that is, if your child goes to their room and starts doing their homework on their own, you go in and say, oh, well done, really good. You might give them, you can watch extra 5 minutes of television or 10 minutes, or, we'll go to do this tomorrow, or, do something positive for them if they take the initiative and do something positive for you. And it doesn't even have to be an actual monetary or physical reward. It can just be as good as acknowledging that occurred. Going in, give them a hug, give them a kiss on the head, say, well done, I'm really proud of you for doing that, that's great. Not having to nag you. Well, if you walk into that same room and they're doing their homework and you jump up and down and go, woohoo! That's the best thing in the world! Very good! I know, Penny, very good. Well, you're basically not really going to be able to let that kid concentrate and chill out and relax, and you want to do that thing, when that sort of energy and that emotion when they've graduated or when they've finished their, in Australia, Year 10 certificate, or studied for an exam, or got really good marks in a test. Then make a big deal of it. But when you're rewarding animals, it's just quick, short, sharp looks of the eye, touches under the chin, acknowledgements of what they're doing. Food and stuff that I mentioned before, I don't have a problem with. Like, Montana has used food when we did commercials and when we did other stuff on set and at different times through his life. And I do actually use food for initial assessments on extreme aggression in animals, because it's a positive with you interacting, but it's not a go-to all the time. And I just sort of try to find a way. Clickers work great, and the other things, they all do work. But I just look for methods that people are going to do in the community, and I find a lot of clients, when I've been to training schools and seminars and things, to look if I can get better ideas, which I have. It's not my ideas you're hearing, it's an amalgamation of all the people I've met and done and books and things I've read, and just take what works for me. I'll mould with what you're doing currently to what works, but yeah, this, you've got to do it this way. That's not the only way to do it. The appropriate praise for the animal when they're doing something you want more often will get a better result. I'll talk to you more about some of those things I've discussed in there. Please leave any questions and we'll get to them as soon as we can.